Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today it's competition time, and by competition time I mean Lost Origin versus Astral Radiance. So, two big hitting sets from the end or the late Sword and Shield era. Which is the better investment? So, what we're going to do, we're going to rank it off 7 criteria. Now, they're pretty straightforward, and the reason, of course, I chose 7 is we're going to pick a winner for each criteria, and being an odd number, it means something's going to win 7-0, 6-1, 5-2, or 4-3. There can only be one winner. So will it be Lost Origin or will it be Astral Radiance? Leave me a comment down below. What do you think is the better investment? This one probably stands out from the get-go. Lost Origin, that is, as a better investment, but I don't think we can discredit Astral Radiance. Now, those 7 criteria are pretty straightforward. One is the big hits, so the big chase card. The second criteria is the smaller hits, those hits above $10. The third is, and this is a bit of a silly one, but I thought, why not, hey, is the waifu tax. You know, there's sets that get completely carried by the waifu tax, like Ultra Prism, for argument's sake. So that's the third criteria. Fourth criteria is the trainer gallery. Both sets have a trainer gallery. 5 is the current box price. 6 is the print run on these 2 sets, and 7 is that fun factor opening these in the future. So that's 7 criteria. Well, without further ado, I guess, let's get stuck into criteria 1, which is the big chase cards. All right, starting off with Lost Origin. Now, it's no surprise there is one major chase card in this set. It's the number 1 expensive, or most expensive that you can pull from a main set. Number 1 most expensive card from 2022, which is, of course, that stunning artwork of Giratina V. I mean, just look at the artwork on this card. It is such a nice looking card. And you know what? The reprint that's come hasn't really hurt. Still sitting at $269.76. So the card is holding value strong. I sold one a couple of months ago and got 540 Australian for it, which is about, I don't know, 320 US probably. The other one, of course, the big hit is the Aerodactyl V. Again, look at the artwork on this card. This is just a stunning looking card, currently priced at $99.80. And I love the detail that's put into both of these alternate arts, particularly for me. I mean, they're both stunning, but that Aerodactyl V with all the different sort of ancient Pokemon sitting in the background there underneath the flying Aerodactyl. Just beautiful card there. You could also argue maybe that Pikachu VMAX is a major chase card, but it's sort of not really. There is the 2 strong chase cards. On to Astral Radiance next. Now, this doesn't have that really big hitting chase card like Lost Origin has. It has, of course, the number 1 chase card being that Machamp V. And again, the detail that goes into this artwork on these alternate arts, including Machamp V, is just absolutely stunning. The artwork on this is awesome. Currently going for $88.22. One hell of a nice looking card. The second, I suppose, big hit from this set, which is actually a trainer gallery card, which is quite interesting, is the Starmie V. It has had a huge uptick in the last probably 6 months or so, currently sitting at $53.49. It's overtaken the Origin form Dialga and Origin form Palkia in price. Are there other main chase cards? You could maybe argue those 2 I just mentioned, the Dialga and Palkia, are major chase cards, but they don't quite hold that premium when it comes to price. So for me, I think you're comparing 2 versus 2 here in Lost Origin versus Astral Radiance. In terms of a winner for criteria 1, I think it's pretty straightforward answer there. It's Lost Origin. That Giratina V just smashes it out of the water. And even the second big chase card, which is the Aerodactyl V alt art, still holds a price premium over the number 1 chase card in Astral Radiance, which is Machamp V. So when it comes to big hits, Lost Origin is your winner. Next up, criteria 2, the smaller hits. So these are hits that are sitting above $10. Let's get it started with Lost Origin. So let's log on to TCG Player here and we'll have a scroll through Lost Origin. Now, of course, we're looking at cards above $10. You've got the 2 big chase cards there that we've just gone over in the Giratina V and the Aerodactyl V, both being alternate arts. The Pikachu VMAX is a strong chase card from the trainer gallery sitting inside there. There's a couple of more alternate arts that start to make it on the list. You've got the Rotom V there, and then we'll just load up this second page here. What else have we got throughout Lost Origin? You've got the really, really nice, and again, Trainer Gallery card, the Pikachu V. But when it actually comes down to it in Lost Origin, you don't actually have that many cards above $10, which is strange. It really relies heavily on those two strong chase cards. There's actually only 10 cards sitting inside Lost Origin that are currently above $10. Now, how is that going to compare to Astral Radiance? Again, let's jump straight onto TCG Player here and punch in Astral Radiance. So again, like I say, the two chase cards that we just looked over from the big hits, being the Machamp V and that Starmie V. So total cards over $10. There's actually a few more, believe it or not, in Astral Radiance than what there are in Lost Origin. You've got a couple of extra alternate arts that you above and beyond what Lost Origin gets. The Beedrill V is actually a really, really nice looking alternate art. Of course, you've got the Dialga and Palkia back up there. There's also quite a nice waifu card, Irida, in both a regular trainer and then also Irida in the Rainbow Rare. The Garchomp V from the Trainer Gallery also holds a bit of weight above $10. So if you add them all up, you've actually got 13 cards above $10 in Astral Radiance. The winner of Criteria 2 goes to Astral Radiance. Now, this wasn't based on the biggest hits. We've just done that. This was based above, or cards above $10, and Astral Radiance has more, 13 compared to 10. Going to switch up the order a little bit. Criteria 3, we're going straight into the Trainer Gallery, and then we'll get into the waifu tax. That was just a bit of a silly one, but I think it's still important somewhat these days. So, Criteria 3, we're going to judge it off which set has the better Trainer Gallery. Lost Origin, Astral Radiance. TCG Player, we'll jump straight into Lost Origin here, and this has an awesome Trainer Gallery. You've got the Pikachu VMAX being the main chase card out of the Trainer Gallery. You've also got the Gold, Mew, and Pikachu cards. You've also got some smaller, I know they're not worth much, but you've got some really, really nice looking smaller cards. There's the Charizard, don't forget, resting on Lance, which has some amazing artwork. There's the Snorlax, which I think has an awesome artwork as well. And you've also got cards like that Gengar, which caused a bit of controversy because he looks like he's up to no good in there. But they are all really, really nice Trainer Gallery cards. On to TCG Player for Astral Radiance. Same thing. There's some awesome Trainer Gallery cards sitting inside Astral Radiance. I just love what Pokemon did with this whole Trainer Gallery thing. Obviously started in Cosmic Eclipse back in Sun and Moon era and finally picked up from Brilliant Stars onwards in Sword and Shield era. So awesome. Starmie V is the most expensive Trainer Gallery card inside here, which is more expensive than any Lost Origin Trainer Gallery card. The Garchomp V is an expensive card in the Trainer Gallery as well. You've got the three birds for the Articuno, Moltres, Zapdos, the Galarian versions. And one that really stands out to me, I actually love the artwork on this. It's a bit of a sneaky one. It doesn't hold much value, but I really, really like the Kingdra in the Trainer Gallery for Astral Radiance. In terms of a winner, this was probably the hardest one to pick because they're both really, really nice Trainer Galleries and both nice for different reasons. Astral Radiance has the heaviest hitter in the Starmie V, but then Lost Origin seems to have a bit more depth throughout the Trainer Gallery. And with some fan favourite Pokemon like the Gengar, the Snorlax, the Charizard, Gold, Mew, and Pikachu VMAX, just by a whisker, I'm going to have to give the third criteria to Lost Origin. It has the slightly better Trainer Gallery, in my opinion. Right, criteria 4, the waifu tax. Now, I know this sounds like a bit of a silly one, but bear with me on this. There are sets that are solely held up by waifu cards. Like, look at Ultra Prism, Lily, and a couple of others in there hold it up. Even Sword and Shield base with the Marnie card. It seems that sets can be held up these days by strong waifu or trainer cards. Let's just call them trainer cards for the time being. So what has the better one? Let's start off with Lost Origin. You've got Nessa, Lady, and Arusa. Not worth heaps of dollars. You wouldn't say there's really a strong waifu card inside the Lost Origin set in comparison to Astral Radiance, which has Roxanne, it has the what is it? Something Vigor, Good Gardeness, Vigor, whatever it might be, and Arita. I'm just trying to remember it off the top of my head at the moment. So it has both a Rita normal trainer, plus there's a nice rainbow which holds value as well. So if you actually look at the values and cost of Lost Origins waifu cards in comparison to Astral Radiances, there's a lot stronger cards sitting inside Astral Radiance. I won't waste your time heaps with this criteria, but the winner is, by probably a little bit of a margin actually, Astral Radiance has the stronger waifu cards sitting inside it. Well, if you've done the sums so far, that's 4 criteria down, 2 of which have gone to Lost Origin and 2 of which have gone to Astral Radiance. So far it is neck and neck with 3 criteria to go. Let's jump into number 5, which is current booster box price. Lost Origin I'll bring up first. This has, and I'll get more onto this in the next criteria, which is print run, but this has had a reprint just recently in the last 3 or 4 months. And as a result, the booster box price has dipped a little. It hasn't really affected it as much as what we might have anticipated because it's come out at the new recommended retail price, the Scarlet and Violet recommended retail price. So distributors can't sell to stores and stores can't sell to customers at the old pricing. It's now the new pricing. So currently $132.98. In comparison, the Astral Radiance booster box, which hasn't seen a reprint yet this year, in terms of you've had Lost Origin, Crown Zenith, and Silver Tempest, the last 3 Sword and Shield sets, all pick up reprints. Astral Radiance, although it had a massive first and second print wave, it hasn't had that proper reprint so far, or another big wave like Lost Origin has. So, look, there's still plenty of supply around. It's not like it's dwindling out. It was printed very heavily, but current booster box price, $142.17. Yet to see that reprint that Lost Origin got. So I guess if we're just basing it off box price, which has the lowest entry price to get into, the winner there is Lost Origin. Now, criteria 6, the print run. And you cannot discredit how important print run is to the future box price. You can have a ripper set, but if it has just been obliterated with printing, it can really, really hurt it. You can also have quite a poor set, Rebel Clash or Sword and Shield base in point, that don't get anywhere near the printing of the rest of the Sword and Shield sets, and all of a sudden they're actually, going up in price quite considerably because demand, well, not there's heaps of demand of those, it's more supply has dwindled. I shouldn't say demand outweighs supply on those, it's more just supply is dwindling quickly. So print run. One of the best ways to look at this, or not the best way, but it's a marker for it, I should say, is PSA pop report. So if we jump into Lost Origin here, you can see it's had 56,209 graded cards. Now, don't forget, it's also probably, it was released after Astral Radiance, so it's probably still got a bit more of a backlog of cards there. And it's also had a reprint as well this year. So, there's probably going to be a lot more graded cards hit the market of Lost Origin. In comparison, Astral Radiance, which I'll bring up on the screen now, has had 40,719 graded cards and also hasn't seen a reprint this year. So, I'm going to have to give this one to Astral Radiance. And if you've done the sums, 3 versus 3. There's 6 criteria down. Astral Radiance has done 1-3 and Lost Origin has 1-3. So we're down to the final criteria, and that is the fun factor. And I don't think you can discredit this one at all. Now, when fun factor, for me, that is the fun factor of keeping the box sealed and on your display, but more so the fun factor of whether people are going to want to open this in the future. A streamer's going to want to open it. A YouTuber's going to want to open it. Is it going to bode well as a fun set to open in the future on camera or even at home by yourself trying to chase something? And when it comes down to these 2 sets, I think both are actually really, really nice boxes to look at. There's some strong Pokemon sort of sitting around the box, which is nice to look at. But in terms of what's going to be best to open, I just think the trainer gallery in Lost Origin being a touch stronger than Astral Radiance will help it in the future in terms of a set to open. And also the massive, massive chase of the most expensive card in 2022 being the Giratina V adds weight to that set to open, because if that gets pulled on camera, I know it's no first edition base set Charizard, but the fireworks will go off. Compare that to Astral Radiance. The top card you can pull is Machamp V, which is going to give you an awesome feeling if you pull that card, but it's not going to give you the feeling of pulling the Giratina V. So for my money, the fun factor opening in the future goes to Lost Origin. And if you do the sums, that makes it 4-3, doesn't it, in Lost Origin's favour. It just pips Astral Radiance. In terms of investability, though, I don't think you can really go wrong with either. If we're talking in the next 12 months, Astral Radiance, I think, will pip it, especially if it doesn't get another print run. But if we're talking in the next 5 or 10 years, I reckon that Lost Origin Giratina and stronger trainer gallery is just going to outperform Astral Radiance. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'm Michael. This is PokeOz. Catch you next time.